Now that we've got some basics down for primitive types, what if we want to group some data together? So this brings in the idea of a struct. So a struct, you give it a name, and then you use a set of things that comprise this particular student in this example. So in my case, I have this struct, which I've named capital S student, and inside of a student there is a name or character array, an ID, which is an int, and a GPA, which is a float. So when I create a new student, you just give it a name, and that creates space for all of those things. And then in order to actually access the fields inside them, use the name of the struct, so I used the name George. And in my case, what I'm doing is if I want to put into this name field something from the user, I'm using cin george.name. You could use cin.get, of course, but this is another thing you can do is you can take a number and assign it into, let's say, an ID number. So this dot is basically which of these fields inside of a student you're referring to that you want to mess with, and you can treat them exactly like normal variables. So when I have George.name, I cout George ID and cout George.gpa. So when I run this, even though it's named George, maybe I'll do Fred. So I print out Fred's name after I store it in this one. I print out his ID right there, and then I print out his GPA, which is this on this next line here. So this allows me to group like kinds of information together all in one place.